Damn, I ain't been on in a motherfucking minute. Let me act like I want to say hello to motherfuckers. There we go. Is that what you like? Huh? Is that what you like? Look at this. Wow, I just hopped on forever. Yeah, I just hopped on. Give me that beat, boy, free my soul. Wanna get lost in rock and roll and drift away. And put on my power up. There we go. Let me put on my intelligence. Add 5 intelligence by putting these on. Oh. They had me in TikTok jail. I don't know why. Here we go. Perfect. Much better. How are you, my babies? What's up, Akumo? Big vamp in the building. What's up, Zeus? Forever. Wow, it's a pleasure to have you on here. I just hopped on. They had me in TikTok jail for a week. They were like, too much hot melanin in one place. So I had to sit back and let everybody else hold it for a second. It's good to see you. It's grand to see you, Kuma. Oh man, I'm getting ready and enjoying life. It's nice. Been laughing every day. Been watching funny stuff. Enjoying life. Not worried about nothing. What's going on with y'all, man? I ain't seen everybody in a minute, bro. It's been a minute. A lot of stuff has happened since we've been away. I've been watching all these people go crazy. I'm gonna show y'all something though. Hold on. Drift away. Here we go. There we go. Yeah. Oof. And that's what's gonna happen. The version of myself that's tired of the same you. The only person coming to save you is the version of yourself that's tired of your current situation. So we're about to switch situations. So let's also... Yep. Here we go. We're gonna put you on some stuff right here. So if you can see this, this is a vortices. West leads to south, east leads to north. West expands towards south, east contracts. The inertial position, beginning of opposites. So basically, this is sort of like how our pole shift is working. If you want to see masses accumulated around a vortex is formed by the contraction of the axis of the two opposing cones of energy. So, right now, this is you, and you're moving in a certain spiral pattern right now, and this is the bottom portion of you also moving in a spiral formation. And as the spiral moves faster, these things that don't serve you no more are starting to adios muchachos. But I'm also going to show you some symbols that some people may have not seen before. Operations manual, so alchemy a little bit. I don't want to say too much. I'm going to just say there's some symbols of Raxa that anyway, let's do some thoughts of making something like this very soon. This is going to be my next project. Excuse me. So, as you can see, when I was showing people about free energy technology and some of these new technologies that we already have, I'm gonna see about making my own version of this that can float. So where it says glyph, right down there where it says containment glyph, we're gonna see about putting a magnet in between two helixes that carry two quartz crystals, and we're gonna see if we can make that float. So this is gonna be my next project. I'm gonna see if I can make something like this. I'm gonna take a helix formation of copper and connect them and make a tetrahedron formation that'll house the crystal. And if I can find something to hold this properly, the magnets, I might be able to make this float. So this is gonna be the next project. It looks simple, but it's a lot to it. But I'm gonna see if I can use my wand to use frequencies to shoot. That's gonna be my next project. But anyway, hey bro, could you explain why I keep getting evil stares from people? See, what happens is when you're a beautiful person, okay, some people dislike it when you're too beautiful, okay? You're one of those beautiful people. They look at you and they mad that when they look at their reflection, the reflection puts a back in 5 minutes sign. So when they look at you evil, they like, how come my reflection can't look that good? It's like, hey, I don't make the rules. I'm just here. No, it really is just your energy, Leo. That's really what it is. It's like as you reach a certain level, you start to see the changes in people. Like recently, I had somebody that was close to me that their whole attitude and demeanor started changing drastically. I'm like, what the fuck changed? We was cool last week. We was chilling, doing everything, training and doing some shit, and then all of a sudden, they whole demeanor changed. It's like, why is that? So when I was showing this picture earlier, hold on. When I'm showing this picture, this is actually how your Taurus field works right now. So think of it like this. Some of us are moving into higher frequency planes right now, right? So this is you. Let me move to the side so I can show you. So right now, you're in the middle right now. You're right here. You're this pyramid piece right here. So basically, okay, let me do it like this. This is you, right? And right now, some of your energies are moving like this, faster, right? But some people are moving this way, like real slow. Yours is moving like this, right? So that's called your electromagnetic field. And what's happening is beings are just moving to different frequencies. So everything is happening all at one time. But some people are moving to different wavelengths right now. So as you move faster, the beings that are moving at the slower wavelength fade out of your reality. For some beings, since this is like your aura, this sits in your heart right here. For some beings, they won't be able to perceive you anymore, or you may cause discomfort because of how fast your field is moving. So you have this thing in your body. So this is your electro field, which I said is this middle, this piece right here is sitting inside of your heart. Some of you are moving to a faster wavelength. So you remember how I showed you that spiral formation? This is moving faster for you. Some people who aren't moving as fast are in slower or just in different frequencies. So some of the people around you, you're about to cause a lot of discomfort. The 44 life path is just add up your birthday, but right now, especially, a lot of people are moving faster this way up, right? So your body is going through a change of frequencies right now. So there's a bunch of versions of you. So all these are versions of you. This is your radio tuner, and your radio tuner is moving. You get what I'm saying? And some people's radio waves are moving to a higher wavelength of themselves. You get what I'm saying? So some of these people who are in a lower wavelength, they have discomfort around you. They don't like being around you. They don't like when they talk to you. Some people feel like discomfort with certain people when you're around them. Some people feel like, why are you so heavy on some stuff? And some people are becoming free within themselves. So it's like no matter what's happening outside, you basically saying, since this is my life and I am the captain steering the ship, I'm not gonna let any other wind push me in the directions I don't want to be in. You get what I'm saying? I don't know hate stuff or nothing. It's just saying I commandeer this vessel and I choose to go a certain way. And some people have discomfort with you choosing the path you may take, or the love you choose for yourself, or the progression you choose for yourself too. So you may notice a change in your friends and family too. People you used to talk to, some even new people. You have random people coming up talking to you. Hey man, let me tell you about my mom back in 1932, type of shit. And you wondering why all these random people coming to talk to me. It's because you give off a radiance. The radiance brings beings towards you. And some people have that type of how they say magnetic feeling. Like, man, there was something about you that just brought me to you. Some people have that magnetic feeling. Does it make sense that mama or family members may be vibrating low? It's just because, as I said, some of the people who are in your life are to help you to recognize your wavelengths, or to help you progress, or show you where you are in your wavelength. So some of your family, when you're always getting pushback when you're telling them something, is to see how steady you are in your energy. Does that make sense? So you might be trying to wake up a family member. Hey, let me tell you about this, and they're like, I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear none of that, man. I don't believe in that. It's because it's not their time or their wavelength right now to wake up or be aware. Because some people here have those kitchen timers where you turn and it tick, tick, tick. Some people have their own kitchen timer for wavelengths, so they can catch and find the waves that are set up from their higher self. So the higher self will set up basically like a quest line for you, and doing certain things. There's a bunch of different quests out there for your energy, so you can find what works. But is there a sellout section? I will say that some people's family members may be part of organizations or things that may deter your energy too, because sometimes some of the people who come into your life aren't just there just to make an appearance. They're there to hinder you, so you can see where your energy is and how to progress from that said person or environment. So this is a really important time to protect your energy. Especially, there's a lot of stuff happening. All aliens are coming and all that. Don't worry about outside. Everything outside is going outside regardless. But when you hear right here, this is what is important. This is an energetic hologram. Everything is possible. That's why some of the stuff you see and some of the stuff you see how people do, you have to never mind it, accept it, push it away from you, because you have the choice to push certain things away from you, because that's you learning how to be more in the observer position of yourself. So you can see, you can be the player, but you can observe yourself like the Sims. You see yourself and you see these things coming, and how you react is what happens next, if that makes sense. Use discernment and intuition. That's really the key, especially right now. There's a lot of beings. It's too much observing. Everything is an observation on the cool, bro. It's awareness. So your true self is probably sitting somewhere like this, and then they send a version of themselves inside so that they can experience the human experience. Some beings came in here to have, they were at a higher frequency and they came down here and it became denser and denser and denser, and some people forgot that there's higher stuff above them too. But some people came down here too, so that sometimes you'll fall like a wave in order to come back up stronger, for some beings. And then for other beings, it's learning how to manipulate your own energy so you can make it easier to progress and not let stuff really get to you. What's another tool that's important to add? Meditation. Meditation is A1 day one. That's one of the best ones. I'm always going to tell people that. If you just close your eyes for 5 minutes a day, just close your eyes 5-10 minutes a day and just talk to yourself. And just, you know, this, and this, blah, 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 environment, life, da, da, da. And just talk to yourself, and then get to a point to where you just like, all right. It helps a lot, especially to center yourself, because when you close your eyes, you're at the center of the universe. So when you sit still and you relax, it helps you to stabilize your energy too. So you have a whole meridian system inside of you. So when the stiller you sit, it's easier to tap into yourself, but you can do stuff like Tai Chi or Qigong or yoga. You know how they do yoga positions, and you relax and you feel, and you just, it helps you to stabilize and centralize and bring more oxygen up here too. That's why I've been laughing a lot. You can laugh, do something creative, calligraphy, poetry. You can cook if you like to cook. You do things that bring out the creation energy inside of you, because your creation, your imagination, and your visualization are some of your most important abilities. So even when you're like, man, I don't want to make nothing, like, just try something new. Like, instead of putting this seasoning, use this seasoning, just to see what'll happen. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I use the shower as a meditation chamber. You can, because water, when you put water on you, you know how you go to the ocean? The salt water in the ocean helps you to cleanse yourself. So salt water in general helps to cleanse like bad juju or negative energy, which are basically, it's like negative ions in your body. So when you put salt water, or do like Epsom salt, it helps to clear that off. So you notice whenever you go to the ocean and you go in the water and you're like, right? It starts clearing out like static electrical currents. It's the same thing when you go ground yourself, or when you go into a forest and it's quiet and you just like listening to the birds and you're like, it helps to clear that negative current around you, like negative ions is what it is. Hey, what's up, Lisa? Hey, what's up, Jeremy? Hair look good, boss. Hey, what's up, boss lady? Hey, shout out to Big Shelf in here. I didn't even see you till just now. Shout out to Big Shelf. She off the charts. If you're in the California area and need a badass shelf, Talk to her right here, peeing. She's super good. She's super amazing. Shout out to her. Hey, what's up? Grand to see you. Gratitude, big love, big love. And I meditate to music. Is that the same as cross-legged humming and shit? Hell yeah. You don't just have to sit still. Like when you see people meditate, the lotus position lines up your chakra points. That's why that's such a common position, because it lines up your spine and it makes it easier for that energy to go from your lower spine all the way up your vertebrae. When you sitting still and you put your hands like right here, that's one of the easiest ways to tap into yourself, because it's like tapping into the energy levels of yourself. But you can also do like yoga, tai chi, washing dishes, cooking, cleaning. The thing that's important about meditation is matching your breath to your activity. It don't matter what you do. You could wash your car and just, right? You could be typing on the keyboard at work. It's like matching your breath with your activity is the most important, because once you do, you go into a flow state. And the flow state is like, you know how you see runners running and they start getting their runner's high, is what they call it. It's the equivalent, the same. What's up with this Meta TikTok? I don't know. To be honest with you, when this goes over to the other app, I'm off. I'm only on this until September, and I'm off. I'm looking for something else if something else come up, but right now I'm off. I'm gonna be at peace and chill and do what I do, because I'm not gonna worry about social media telling me I can't say this or I can't be this. You gotta follow these rules, and the new rules they got coming in September for TikTok is outrageous, and I'm good. I'm not gonna be a part of anything that, well, you gotta, master say you gotta talk like this and do it. I'm cool. So I'm sovereign, and I'm gonna be sovereign until the day of extinguishing. So if I have to be more in nature, that's what I'll do. I'll enjoy outside time and chill. But it is what it is. I'm not gonna worry about a lot of this stuff no more, because it's just like, when I was off this past week, all I did was laugh, have fun, be outside, chill, just write. I was just doing simple stuff, and that was cool. That was cool for me, and I was like, man, this is less stress. I don't have, this is going on, this is happening, arson, this is blowing up. After a while, having so much information can become a crutch, because you're always expecting oh man, this is happening on this date, these people and these beings and these messages and all this. It's cool, but it gets to a point to where it's like, you know what, let me just chill and do me and see what happens. Let's just go and see what happens, and just be and relax. Thoughts on rivers? Rivers are beautiful. the reverse osmosis, you should get it. I get visions, but in symbols. What can I do to get a clear understanding? Write them down. Because what happens is, like, you just tapping it. So when you sit down, let's say you start meditating, and then you see a big S, for example, or S symbol, and then all of a sudden a square comes around it, or a circle. You should write that down. That's you remembering something about yourself. And when you write it down, if you write down more over time, more of those will come to you. It's like a puzzle, right? All right. Oh, okay. Oh, so that's what that was. And then you keep doing that. I tell people all the time, if you're a spiritual person, you should have at least 2 to 3 notebooks. At least 2 to 3. For a small notebook or a notebook in the car, one that you could take with you, if you depending on what your job is, one you could take with you, one at the house, especially one right by the bed. I got like nine notebooks, 9-10 notebooks. You know what I'm saying? Write your thoughts down. You know, because sometimes these thoughts may not be yours. Since this is the receiver, sometimes you get other thoughts. And some of those thoughts you got to just be like, that's not mine. That's not what it, nah, that's okay. And then your thoughts, when you write them down, is scribing. When you write down, it's like every time you tap a pen or a pencil to the paper, you're sending a telegram to your subconscious, especially with pencil because it's made out of wood. So when you tap in like this, you're sending a telegram to your subconscious of, hey, this is what I want. This is what I'm. It's like putting an Amazon order in, like a telegram to your subconscious. Let me check on the planting seeds. Yeah, belly breathing. Yeah, there's a bunch of techniques you can use. There's thousands of techniques out there now. I mean, we got the internet, y'all. Use it while you got it. There's so much out there to use. Hey, what's up, Light Warrior? Great to see you. I ask everybody, what do you do in meditation? They don't know what to say. Meditation is really your breath matching your activity, whatever it is. You can shoot gun because you got to match your blow. You can shoot bow and arrow. You get what I'm saying? You matching your breath with your activity. You can do that with cooking, cleaning, washing, dancing, whatever you do. And the thing about it is, the slower you go, the easier it is to feel stuff, right? So if you just put your hands like this, right? Now, in the middle of your hands, right, there's like, imagine a little ball in the middle, right? And when you breathe in, you're going to breathe in through your palm and your nose at the same time. There's ether around everywhere, okay? So when you put your hands like this, just breathe in real slow, and then exhale real slow. Breathe in. Exhale. Breathe in. Exhale. Now, the slower you go, for some people, you may have to do it longer. You'll start to feel light tingling sensations come through your hand, right? As you do this more, so we'll do it one more time. So just hold your hands together like you're holding a ball, and there's a ball, or you can imagine fire, lightning, whatever you want in between your hands. And you breathe in through your palm, because you have two meridian points. So you see how it has a letter M? Right in the middle, right here is a meridian point, and right here too. So when you're breathing, when you breathe in through your nose, you're absorbing that energy, and then you exhale in, and you're focusing on that spot, okay? And you just relax. You relax your body. The easier you relax your body, you'll start to feel more tingling sensations. Your hands will get cold or warmer. Pardon me. You'll clear your sinuses too. If you breathe slow, you'll start clearing out mucus out of your respiratory system too. If you just relax, you can move your hands too. This is just a short qigong form. So you just hold a ball in your hand, you breathe in, and you move your hands away slow. And then you exhale, push in. Breathe in. Push out. Exhale slow. Breathe in, push out. Exhale, push in. Breathe in. Exhale, push. Breathe in. Exhale, push. Breathe in. Exhale, push. You should feel your body getting cool. You should feel cold sensations or like a light sensation coming in your hand. And the more, just doing that a little bit a day, you'll start to feel like you have little strings. So you know how they have the puppet strings? It'll start to feel like you have strings attached to your fingers if you keep doing that. Just that little bit. What can I do to better understand my visions downloads? So you ask questions. Ask yourself questions up here. This is your, you know how you go to Google? This is your Google for the universe. You sit with yourself and ask for clearer visions from yourself. Because you got universe, like I tell people, means uni is one. Verse means a section of. So it's saying you are a section of the universe. So you can ask questions right here. This is your Google to the ether. So when you sit still, say, can you make this vision clear for me? Show me a sign or symbol that this is the right way. Help me to get a better understanding of what you're showing me. These just, you could paraphrase it however you want to. The intention of asking, and you're asking your higher self. That's what this is, your telephone to your higher self too. And you ask it. But sometimes when you ask, it may not come exactly right on point. Because sometimes it'll be like, okay, you got to do this and this first, and then it'll come to you. You get what I'm saying? Like, oh, I just read this book, and in this chapter of this book is something related to me. Or you watch this video, and then it's something related to you. Oh, that, and then it basically snowball effects. We are going to be bodiless. For some people, yeah. For some people. It's been a long time. Please let me know where you go after this. I don't know. Honestly, it's just, I'm gonna be at peace with myself, chill the fuck out, and do what the fuck you want to do. At this point in time, we can worry about everything else outside. Aliens coming, all this and this. Focus on what you can control, and just if you can, relax your nervous system. Your nervous system is so important right now. If you have high stress, which a lot of people have had because of the finances and stuff, some of that stuff you have to learn to let go and flow with what's happening. Because I mean, like, once you embrace the unknown, it makes it easier to flow. Because I've gotten to a point, you know, I want to do this and this and all this. That's cool. But right now is what's playing. The past and the present, they're there too, but right now is the play button. I'm just gonna be I agree, I stopped rabbit holing. And that's another thing too, you can get lost in the sauce. Some people are just becoming aware, and all this stuff is new to them. So it's like, what? They were doing what? This and this? You remember that timer I mentioned? This is their timer. And this timer is for them. They're like, oh, okay, I get it. Oh, okay. But some people, their timer is longer than others. You get what I'm saying? Some people's timer is longer, so they just need more time to process. You get what I'm saying? So it's not time. It's more like the wavelengths of awareness levels, if that makes sense. I followed you for a long time. I lost you when my phone was destroyed. Oh, it's great to see you, Ron. It's all good. If you everything that's meant for you will come back, and everything that's meant for you will always be there for you. I don't trust smartphone note app as notebook. Uncle Sam will read my stuff. The most privacy you'll have in our digital times and everything is a notebook. I'm just be honest with you. I know you use passwords and all that. It really don't do nothing. I'm just be honest with you. Your best bet for privacy is a notebook. I mean, I'm just keeping G with you. I like to add humor to my notes. Exactly. That's another thing too. I've been laughing a lot this week. I just started finding stuff that brings joy to me, that I enjoy doing, being creative, having fun. Do some things that bring joy to you, even if it's something small, like you cleaning and you put on a song and you start dancing to the song. Simple stuff like that will raise your vibration up little by little, because you'll be like, man, see, man, fuck them hoes. You know, man, I don't like them dudes no more. You know, whatever your thing is, you know, it'll help you. Dear Journal, can't wait for that cosmic fade for real type shit. The more you breathe through your nose, the easier it gets. Facts. Follow the flow of the stream. Facts. After 1 week breathing through your nose stays unclogged. Yep, I tell people too, if you want to help with your nose, this part of your nose, there's a pressure point right there in your nose. So if you take your thumbs and you press and you pull down, it'll help you clear some of that, your sinuses. So you just take your thumbs and you should feel it right there. It should be 2 open spaces. You take that and you push down and go out like this. And that'll help you clear some of that out too, especially because winter season is coming up for some people. So that'll help you a lot. You start up, it's like right up here. There's 2 little open spaces and you push and pull out. Can you comment on Dark Chosen Ones? Honestly, beings, just live your life. No matter what side you on, live your life. I mean, I mean, you can comment on a lot of stuff, but it's really you. Gotta learn to ask energetically as to pose out loud. Exactly. I always say be a warrior, not a warrior. Exactly. Whatever gonna happen. Ask the question and meditate on it. How spirit answers, you have to be aware of how you communicate. Shout out to connection, gratitude. Cherish that. As you ask the question and sit down with it. So you ask question, sit, and give me the communication style that works best with me, so that I may interpret what works best. And just sit with yourself. It helps a lot. Because sometimes you just need to close your eyes. You be like, you know what? If I look at you, I'm going to hit you in your face. So let me close my eyes real quick. So I get it. Sometimes you be like, you know what? If you arguing with somebody, just close your eyes. Turn to the side. Be like, how come you ain't talking to me? Bananas. That's if you want to piss them off. You just say a fruit. Grapes. Huh? That'll curve the whole conversation. You're like, what? What the shit is that? I started breathing out my nostril 2 years ago. One nostril was always clogged. Yeah, it happens, man. Especially when you got that gas, baby. When you got that gas. So I get it, baby. I get it. So don't even worry about it. You know what I'm saying? She's like, hey guys, scan in. Meditation much better. After following you, I got my copper crown with different types of crystal. Perfect. Some of those things, like, remember, these are just tools to help us. These are to help on the journey. These are tools. You have everything you need inside of you already, but these help us to improve and become more and remember more of us. Do you think there's a such thing as misplaced confidence? I get downright arrogant sometimes. It's okay. If that's how you express your consciousness, that's okay. There's some beings who want to just be like, you know what? I'm tough cookies, bitch. Come and fuck with my cookie, I'm gonna bust your ass. There's some people who express themselves like that. But, you know, remember, there's other frequencies who will come out like that too. You're like, I'll bust your ass. And then you see big Turk looking dude come up. Yeah, who else you busting? Looking, you know what I'm So, you're gonna find somebody who match your energy. Can listen to frequencies too much be bad? It just depends on where you're listening to the frequencies, because some frequencies, they're off, because when you compress the audio, sometimes the hertz will go up or down depending on who's doing the audio. Like some of the YouTube tracks people listen to, it'll say like 432 hertz, but when they compress the video, the hertz changed just a little bit, slightly off. So y'all just gotta be careful too, because you can put subliminals in the music and sounds. So it's been proven. You see, what was that? What was that movie? Leave the World Behind. They had subliminal sounds playing in the background the whole movie. You know what I'm saying? So just be, that's why you gotta be careful what you're taking in, what you looking at, what you decide to. So this is your receiver. Everything's receiving. What you see, what you talk, who you talk to, the information you take, everything's a receiver. Let me see. Gold mouth pop out on them for real. Purple Rain play backwards is a whole different song. Exactly, like some of those old songs you used to listen to, if you play it in reverse, it sounds like a whole nother song. So you just gotta use discernment and awareness is probably some of the top gifts besides imagination and creativity that will protect you, especially if you don't have any other skill. Situational awareness or awareness itself is probably one of your most valuable skills. It don't matter what you know. That's gonna save your ass more than knowing martial arts, knowing how to any of that. Situational awareness will keep you safe. will keep you in a good state too, a grand state for yourself. As long as all you do is authentic. Yep. Just do the bit. I tell people just do the best you can, because we got so many extra stuffs, bro. Just it get to a point where it's just like, you know what? I watch all these videos. I can lean towards this, how this is. I can lean towards this, but what do I want to see? And the world conforms to what you want to see. So that's what you learning how to do. It's like, okay, what type of world do I create for myself? What type of world do I see? Basically, because there's wavelengths of different worlds. There's wavelengths of different places. It's just, what do you want to see? How can I know if the YouTube frequencies are real? Honestly, you just got to be... They have websites where you can check sound on some of the tones, but to be honest, you have to really use discernment. That's really your biggest thing, discernment. That's going to help you the most. Scalar waves are top notch. Let me see if I have my other one. Scalar, watch this. Scalar waves are fire. Alright, perfect. Watch this. I'm going to show y'all something. So, you can go to your Google store or Apple store, and you can type in scalar wave generator. Watch this. So I'm just using a normal scalar wave. This is 114 hertz. Watch this. Can you hear it? No. I need to go somewhere higher, because y'all won't be able to hear it on your end. I can hear it. So I'll do a frequency of 2462. That's a scalar wave. Scalar waves will let you know real shit, real quick where your body at. Here's another one. This is 2004 hertz. Now I'm going to show you something. Close your eyes. And focus on the sound. Match your breathing to the sound. So what I mean is, you hear it, right? Count it like this. It works. It works even better when you put headphones on and you sit and you meditate with the headphones on. It'll really change your frequencies. But you got to be careful of what frequencies you play. That's a scalar field generator. They have, just type in your App Store, or your Google Store, or your Apple Store, scalar, SCALAR field generator, or scalar wave generator. When you listen to some of those frequencies, you'll notice changes in your body. If you have animals, some of those solfeggio frequencies will work on your plants and your animals too. So if let's say you have a garden, play solfeggio frequencies or classical music for your plants, and you'll notice the leaves will start doing this more. That's dancing. They'll start dancing because the frequency is tuned into the plants too. Animals too. So if you have a baby that's crying, or you know somebody who has a baby, tell them to play solfeggio frequencies, and they hold the. So if you have a baby, you hold the baby by the neck and underneath the stomach, and you play solfeggios like this, and you rock the baby, it'll calm them down completely. My day like that one you just played, that. My cat liked the one you just played. That's 2004 hertz. What I just played is 2004 hertz. Let me flip the camera so you can see, because this video is mirrored. 2004 hertz. So if you want to know if a frequency is solfeggio or not, you see how it says 2004? You add all the numbers up until it reaches the numbers 3, 6, or 9. So you see 2004. If you add the 2 and 0, that's 2. The 0 and 4, that's 4. 2 plus 4 is 6, right? 432 hertz. 4 plus 3 is 7. 7 plus 2 is 9. So if you really want to know if a frequency is solfeggio, it'll add up to 3, 6, or 9. 528. 5 plus 2 is 7. 7 plus 8. You add all the numbers until you get a single digit. So 528, 5 plus 2, 7. 7 plus 8 is 15. 1 plus 5, 6. You get where I'm going? 111, 3. 222 is 6. 333, 9. 444 is 3. 555, 6. 666. You get where I'm going with this? Even 666. They always told you that's a devil number. That's not a devil number. 666 is a harmonic number. It's a harmonic wavelength. I tell people that all the time. Add 666 up. What's 1 plus 8? 6 plus 6 plus 6 is 18, right? 1 plus 8 is what? 9. That's why I'm saying. So when you're listening to some of the frequencies, especially on YouTube, add them up and see if it adds to 3, 6, or 9. There are other frequencies that are good for your body that aren't solfeggio frequencies, but you have to be mindful that some of the frequencies can disturb you too. That's why they changed our music scale from 440 hertz to 432 hertz to 440 back in the 1920s and the 1930s. Like, I'll give you some examples of people who use solfeggio frequencies. Jimi Hendrix, Prince, Michael Jackson, Beethoven, Mozart. You know those names. Even if you're an old person or a young person, you heard those names because they've used solfeggio frequencies. Can you please name the name? Just type in scalar field generator or scalar generator in your app store. You can. They have a bunch of different apps, but you can type in scalar field or scalar wave. Those are scalar waves. Some of these, watch this. I'm gonna play you a high frequency. This is really high. This is 16,035 hertz. Let me switch it so you can see. The scalar waves, those are scalar. 6 electrons, 6 protons, 6 neutrons. Yep, it creates carbon. And now we're going from 6 electrons, 6 protons, and 1 neutron. So we're upgrading. Could you please comment on the difference between lucid dreams? Lucid dreams, you're aware that you're in a dream. Astral projection is you leaving your body. Astral projection is like, where is it? Right here. Okay. Your physical body is down here, right? So your whole body is just a bunch of bubbles. Think of bubbles of energy compressed together doing this in order to make a solid form, right? So like my hand right now, it looks solid, right? But it's really a bunch of cells, but super small, moving together, because there's nothing that stays stationary in the universe. Everything is moving, right? So when you're in your physical body, your body is compressed cells, like at a heavy density doing this. So when you astral project, you go through water inside of yourself. Basically, you are water, right? You have 80% water inside of yourself. You go through water in different levels, and then you come out at the top. So your physical body is dense. You go up, and then your body lessens density. So basically, you know how it was hard to make this solid form? As you go up, it becomes easier. It moves faster and it's easier because your body is lighter in density. You get what I'm saying? So when you astral project and you leave in your physical body, you go into a lighter density version of yourself. And you basically astral traveling inside of yourself. I know that's going to sound strange because people tell you about the astral plane outside. You have a universe sitting inside of you. So when you I'm just put it in my terms. When you astral project, you're astral projecting inside of yourself. Because remember how I said universe means a section of the universe? Wouldn't that mean you'll be a section of the astral too? I'm just saying. I'm just throwing that out there for you. So you're really going into a section of the astral that's in your expression or your reflection, if that makes sense. Yeah, does that make sense? Like in the astral, you have your own safe house. Like, you know, I play Grand Theft Auto, you go to your safe house. Everybody has their own safe house. Okay? Sometimes when you're traveling and going to other places, some beings don't want you in their safe house. Or some beings are like, this is my space. You're welcome to come in if they invite you in. Some people just like to hop in other people's safe houses. You get what I'm saying? And that's when some people wake up with cuts and bruises because you fighting other beings in the astral. Some of you are experiencing wars and other stuff from your expression of yourself. So it's like some of y'all may have been in galactic wars, and when you go to the astral, that war is still happening, but you're in it. Basically, you become first person view. Instead of third person, you're first person. But it's you, but you're seeing other versions of yourself. Does that make sense? It's like, yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it. Yeah, you're experiencing expressions of yourself inside yourself, because everything is you refracting you. Every day, empty your cup, fill your cup with frequencies matching with your alignment in the universe. Shout out to Heidi. Gratitude. Yep. Just find frequencies that match. Scalar field generator. So what is it if you wake up from a dream in a dream, then wake up from, that's lucid dreaming. When you wake up, oh man, that was a crazy dream. And then you're like, wait a minute, that's lucid dreaming. Lucid dreaming is you're aware you're in the dream. And when you start to get into that aware state, you can do more in that dream state. But that's your real state, to be honest with you. When you go to sleep, you go to the real world. This is the dream state. Your physical body, all the stuff you experience, this is the dream state. They told you in reverse. When you go to the astrals, that's the real world. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Because there's no time and space over there. There's no concept of time and space. Everything is happening right now. It's just you becoming aware of what's happening and moving your wavelength to that awareness. Deja vu. Deja vu is when you have experiences of wavelengths you've experienced already. So let's say you were in the 1800s and the activity you're doing is similar to what you did back then, right? All of a sudden you're like, damn, this feels familiar. It's because you recognize the wavelength. So like I told you, this is your receiver. Past, present, and future are a clock with no numbers, right? Some of those wavelengths that come in are old, not old wavelengths, but they're wavelengths you're aware of again. Does that make sense? You means your own universe, exactly. Been doing that since I was 4. You right? Yeah. Some of y'all already have the concept of what's going on in the world, and you see, and some of the paradigms of stuff that was set up for you, you're starting to break through them. So it's like you're like, I see through this now, and that's what you pushing to do, is to see through the baloney and be like, oh, okay. So some of the stuff you be tripping on is really unnecessary, and once you go into nothingness, everything attracts to you like a magnet, because you realize everything comes to you. That's why they say, I don't chase, I attract. It's becoming in that stillness until there's nothingness, and then everything comes to you. It's just recognizing your own awareness for you. Dimensions, what we call dimensions, are consciousness density levels. Think of them as like this. So 1D right here, right? It's like 1D is like the flattest. It's, imagine just a straight line. That's 1D, just a straight line. No contrast, no color, no, it's just a straight line. 2D is like Super Mario Brothers. You get what I'm saying? It's like your shadow on the ground. That's the 2D version of yourself. When you go outside and you see the sun cast your shadow, that's the 2D version of yourself. The 3D version of yourself is solid energy, is energy condensed in order to make a solid form. 4 is what they call the land of like instant manifestations, like the land of illusion, the land of illusion. Your manifestations, whatever you choosing, or that density level, is basically instant. It's pretty quick, and whatever you seeing, it'll come to you fast, type of shit. You know, they say the land of time and space. You can get caught in the sauce in the 4. 5 is like I call it a rest stop. 5 density, or consciousness density, is like where your energy mellows out, so you can decide if you want to continue going up, or a lot of beings stay at 5 because 5 is like a peaceful wavelength. It's super chill. It's like a rest stop. 6 and 7, 8, 9, those are depending on how much awareness you have over yourself. Those levels are like when you experience creating a civilization. You start creating planets. You start creating solar systems. And I'm telling y'all this because it sounds strange right now, but our conceptualization of some of these things sound crazy in the physical body. But you have to realize this is one of the lowest densities that you can have right now. It makes your soul stronger, but this is also one of the lowest densities. When you get to higher densities, like it is density dimension is consciousness density wavelengths. Once you get to a certain wavelength, imagine it's steady on a state like stairs. You know how you walk up stairs? You've been at stair 3, right? And they had a curtain on stair 3. But the whole time there was a whole set of stairs, but this curtain was like, that's all there is 3. But you're becoming aware that you're all the steps. There's a version of you on each step, and you're aware of yourself on that 3rd step. But now, since the veil is being removed, you're starting to see, oh, there's other levels of me that I'm becoming aware of inside of myself, if that makes sense. But you're still part of the universe. You're just like from your refraction. So if you had a mirror and you threw a brick in it, all those pieces shatter. It's still a mirror. It's just the pieces are bigger, smaller, thinner, larger. It just depends on how the expression of the energy is expressed. Does that make sense? And when you get to certain levels, it's like a consolidated wavelength. Even though it's not consolidated, it's more like it's a steady wavelength for this dimension or level. Does that make sense? I'm trying to make it to where it's easy to comprehend, because some of the stuff I talk about, it sounds wow, because in the physical vessel we learn the art of limitation. So you got to realize, like, imagine there's 8 versions of you, but you can see through all 8 eyes at the same time. That's how you move up. You start to see you're like, damn, that's me? Wow. It's like you the headquarters of yourself, and you like observing the other versions of yourself at the headquarters, at that location, basically. Observing the other versions of yourself at the headquarters, at that location, basically. I woke up with deep scratches. So I'm gonna explain that too. So when you're in the astral and you get a cut, since your body is just compressed energy, let's say I get a cut right here in my hand in the astral, just like this, straight down, right? That is a certain wavelength and vibration of cells. So any injury you've ever had is a certain type of wavelength, right? Just like all your organs have frequencies, all your cuts and bruises have frequencies too. So if you're in the astral, let's say you get a cut right here in the astral, just like this, straight cut right there, straight down. When you vibrate back into your physical vessel, the vibration of that will translate to your physical body. That's why some of you be waking up with cuts and bruises, because you fighting spiritual battles over there. And when you were compressing back into your physical vessel, so your astral body came back, and it was basically calibrating itself to come back in the body, it calibrated that frequency with you. That's why some of y'all be waking up with cuts and bruises, and how did this happen? That's why y'all out here fighting, or y'all out doing crazy stuff in the astrals, jumping off of mountains and deep diving in oceans and stuff. Friends, kids, you experience so much as past lives and faint moments. Yeah, it's not even like past lives, it's previous. There's a difference. We say past, but the past, the present, and the now are on a clock with no numbers. But the only thing that changes is your awareness. So now let me show you. As a child, right? You have memories of your childhood, right? But that version of you is still playing. But your awareness is on the adult version of yourself. And that's the now. That's why they tell you focus on the now. The now that you have changes your wavelength for other futures. So a future is just a possibility depending on what conditions will be met. So you know how people say, man, I predicted the future. You predicted a possibility for a future, right? So the future is like, here we go, right? All your now choices will move your wavelength to one of your possible futures. Your future is already created. Everything is already created. It's just you tuning into that wavelength. So let's say you made 2 choices today. The universe split at that point. Yet let's say you chose this one. You chose this. This is where your awareness is, but this choice is still going. It's your this is your antenna, and it's like you're tuning in like a wave, like a radio. This is your radio antenna, and you're tuning in. So even your past lives is really just tuning in. It's like GPS for your previous self. It's still you. It's just tuning into it. That's some of your memories are just like coordinates for the tune. Does that make sense? Sensation of a memory you have, a life from knows when. That's a wavelength. So since this is your antenna, your previous lives are different wavelengths too. Your whole existence that you've ever lived is a wavelength that moves in different waves, up and down, side to side. It just spirals, right? You move in different waves. The only thing that changes is energy cycles. So you know how we say the sun and the moon cycle? That's the only thing that changes. Because if we never had a calendar, how would you know how old you are? You wouldn't. You'd be like, I've been alive for 17 suns and 45 moons. That's how you would measure. You wouldn't measure because the calendar wrong anyway. You only use time in a physical vessel so you can use it for measurements. That's what time is for measuring things while you're in the physical body. Because in terms of energy, there's beings out there in the cosmos that's trillions of years old, billions of years old. In our time terms, there's energies that have been out for trillions of years old. You know what I'm saying? So, like, for us, we say 100 years is a long time, but for them, that's like 2 minutes, a minute. You get what I'm saying? You know how they talk about heavenly days? 10,000 days is one heavenly day, quotations. It's the same concept. It's like different waves. Yeah, time don't exist. Time is just, like I said, it's a measurement tool while you're in the physical so you can keep track of stuff. But some beings have, over time, like Pope Gregorian. We used to be on the Julian calendar. Pope Gregorian wanted to make it look like he ruled longer, so he added time to the calendar. And they took out 1,000 years of history, which is called the Dark Ages, when they had melanated kings and queens ruling in America. They said it was a time of plague, and they have castles all over America. That's what the Dark Ages really was. Melanated kings and queens and other tribes too, owning castles and shit in America. They always tell you about 13 territories and all that shit growing up in history class, but you don't hear nothing about any kind of castles. But I'm gonna teach you something right now. You can go to Google right now, type in castles of and in your state, and then also type in great fires of and your state. You're gonna notice there was like 200 plus fires from the 1800s to like 1930 something. There was 200 fires across the Americas. Some of your universities you go to are remodeled castles. Same thing with jails. Some of those jails you see are remodeled castles. They used to be castles. Some of them used to be Tartarian buildings they remodeled so you wouldn't even notice the difference. But, you know how I go. What's up, Divine? I'm going to need the number to the Galactic Federation because I want my benefits package for real, though. I'm living in deja vu, yep. I value loyalty above all else, and the ability to remain calm is how to be loyal to self. Exactly. I mean, you know what's best for you. But there's other beings that help in the process too, but you know what's best for you. I mean, I hear those frequencies a lot. Thought it was from the 5G towers. 5G towers emit electromagnetic frequencies too. So during the pandemic, there were over 1 million towers put up in America alone. 1 million. So it has to be something to the frequency if you need to put up that many towers. But why, when your internet come from underwater and your phone connection come from underwater? It don't come from satellites. It come from underwater fiber optic cables. So I just tell people, start questioning certain things you grew up learning. Certain things, just question it. Just something about that's kind of strange. Like, who was the person to say a minute is 60 seconds and not 90 seconds? Exactly. We just put it together like, that's cool. We're remembering who we are, and some of us coming into our power to wholeness. That's literally what it is you remembering. Every time too many people remembering, that's when they would do the great reset. Ain't no more great resets. No more for us. Ain't no more great resets. It's the great unveiling. So you seeing the secrets are out, basically. You seeing all that. That's why the information is coming out through all these movies, video games, TV shows. They showing you all that, because some of that stuff is based off of shit they was doing. Like, for real. Y'all think some of these shows like Stranger Things were just fiction? There was a woman in Russia that had a car accident. I think it was like 1960s. Right? Stranger Things, some of Stranger Things is based off of her. Because after she had that accident, she could use telekinesis. And the Russians studied her for 20 years. She could move objects with her mind. Like, literally, they have videos of I don't know her last name, but it's a Nina, and I think it starts with an S. Her last name starts with an S. She was moving items with her mind. And I was like, telekinesis is what we have those abilities, dog. Excuse me. Excuse me. Telekinesis, levitation, and telepathy are the like basic abilities for most civilizations. Telekinesis, telepathy, and levitation are like basic bitty. Because there's some beings out in the cosmos that don't even have a mouth. Because they don't talk with their mouth. They talk with they pineal gland. That's you remember the Tower of Babel? The one language, that was telepathy. We can talk to other people with our minds. It's just with all the food, the frequencies and stuff, it makes it more difficult. I'll give you an example. To you moms out there, to you women out there, you moms. Hey, what you doing in there? I know you're doing something over there. You never question how you know what they doing over there. I feel it. That's your telepathy. The longer you're with the person and the more experiences you have, imagine like a little harp string that's attached to that person. So as you have more experiences, the string gets thicker and thicker and thicker. So if something should happen to that person, you'll know it instantly. Oh man, such and such got in a car accident. Bing! It's like stringing the string. Same thing with y'all moms. Since y'all bring in life, you have a string with your children. That's why you know what they doing when they in another room, right? I know something happened. Let me call them real quick. Women have high intuition because you have a deeper string. Hey, it's grand to see you, Leona. Yeah, they had me in TikTok jail. Yeah, time isn't real. Time is just, like I said, it's a conceptualization to keep track of stuff and measurements. There's been a lot of beings who've altered time on the cool. Everything is already happening. It's just you tuning into the wavelength. Like, you know how people say it takes time to do this. It really don't. It already exists. It's just you tuning in. Your radio receiver is just tuning into the version of yourself. And some people want it instantly, but you haven't moved that wavelength into that version of you. Everything exists already. It's just tuning into the wave. So, yeah, we're supposed to be 13 months. That's how it's supposed to be. because there's a missing month between July. Some people put it after July and before August, or after June, but it's called Soul. In certain cultures, it's known as another name. I'll explain. Watch this. I'm gonna show you with my hands. Watch this. April is the first of the year. That's why they call it April Fools. April, May, June, Soul, right? It seemed crazy, right? Watch this. July, August, September is 7. What is that? 7? Octo is 8. Isn't that 8? November is 9. Isn't that 9? 10 is Deca. Isn't that 10? 11 January, 12 February, March 13. Doesn't that add up? Right? Sept is 7. Octo is 8. November is 9. Deca is 10. I'm just saying. 28 days each month. So that's why I say when they give you dates for something or any kind of date, you got to look at the energy cycle that's around. Is it a moon? Is it a sun cycle? What's happening around that time with the sun or moon? Because that's more accurate than the dates. Like the aliens coming in November. What cycle was happening in November? Why is TikTok and all these other apps changing their programs in September? What kind of wavelength is happening? Y'all think they don't be paying attention to that type of stuff? They do. They got whole teams and shit out there. The only way you can really tell true time is if you had a sundial. You remember that island where everybody was getting caught? They had a sundial on the island. That's the only way you could tell real time, by a sundial. And there's not too many on them. No giant wise, there's not too many. When the witches was just melanated women tapped into their power, and witches back then owned land. Like part of the Salem witch trials, real quick, was because some of the witches owned land. And they were trying to get the land from them. So they went and burned them. Another thing too, some of them were holistic doctors. And the snake oil salesmen didn't like the way they were healing their patients. That's another thing with the Salem witch trials. There's a lot more to it than what people think. What's good? It's great to see you. 300 fires and across this corp. Yep. I just know my higher self is tired of me asking questions. Some of your higher selves are patient. Some of them are like, I done told this motherfucker like 15 motherfucking times. Maybe I should throw a lightning bolt at them. That's going to get their attention type of shit. But most of your higher selves were in your position. And they're getting you to the position they're in. So think of it as like, you're in the shift lead awareness position of yourself. Your higher self is trying to promote you to the manager. So when you go to the manager, your higher self position, you have so basically your highest self is the highest God version of yourself. But below that is other versions of yourself too. And they guide you along too. So most people think you have one super higher self, your super highest self, your God form, but you have other forms below. It's like a little tree, right? And all the decisions and choices and wavelengths you become aware of will put you in that category of yourself. Does that make sense? Like, let's say one of you was a warrior, another one was a magic person, right? You start doing more towards the warrior side, you're going to get more observation from the warrior perspective. You start doing more towards the magic side, you'll get more, just as an analogy. Get what I'm saying? I was wondering what was happening at night during the pit. Because this not new wisdom. It's not. None of the stuff I'm telling y'all is new. It's just you remembering. A lot of this is remembrance. All this happened already. It's just you remembering. Why do we need to be indoors by a certain time? It's because there were certain changes in the sky they didn't want you to see. Like, have y'all been having lightning outside with no sound? And some people been saying heat lightning. The other day it rained out. It was raining, and there was no lightning sound. No lightning, and it was cold out. I'm talking about it was cold, and there was no heat in the air. There was no heat in the atmosphere, nothing. But the lightning was out there flashing in the sky. Come on now. How do you decalcify the pineal gland? Harataki, blue lotus, meditation. Certain herbs will help you with the process. Relaxation, breathing. There's a bunch of tools you can use to decalcify. Apple cider vinegar. That's one of the easiest ones. If you take a spoon of apple cider vinegar for 30 days, you can help to decalcify this. Just apple cider vinegar. The real stuff, not the brag or not, like the real deal with the mother in it. 30 days. A teaspoon to a tablespoon a day for 30 days. And apple cider vinegar is good for a bunch of other stuff too. I usually take a little bit a day. It helps with, if you have a sweet craving at night and you always want something sweet, you could take a shot of apple cider vinegar. It'll turn that craving off. By the way, there are black government neighborhoods buried underneath the highways. Oh, that's all over America. That's some of your cities are built on ancestral burial grounds of some of the old towns. Some of your highways, some of the stadiums, some churches. Some of the dams are built on ancestral burial sites or old cities, and they were flooded or set on fire or bombed. Outrageous. You ever watch a kung fu movie and know what they saying? Because your perception is built. So when you really start tapping into telepathy, we gonna know all the languages of the world, because all the languages are basically different syllables, different tones, but they're still, it's like a sound language. Most languages with their whatever their language is different sounds with the region they're in, right? Telepathy is all sounds. So once we tap into telepathy, it'll be easy to pick up on a language, because you'll hear the syllables. Like if you listen to Arabic or Mandarin, they talk a lot in different tones, so they have different octaves, and the different octaves mean different stuff for the words. And the octaves is the natural frequency language, basically. Like Arabic, Mandarin, some Spanish, some Italian. Some of the words they speak in different tones. When you say certain sounds and frequencies make certain tones. Y'all know what I mean. So is World War III to happen? Most wars are either to hide history, to get money. It's never really on the basis of nothing important. It's always some baloney. I mean, I'm not gonna say all of them, but they usually were trying to get some kind of resource or something, and majority of them. On the cool. Just like the Matrix. This Matrix is a time matrix, and beings have been trying to fight over stargates and portals for eons. They've been fighting over stargates and portals for a long time. All kinds of beings. And it's getting to a point, it don't make sense. It's like, damn. And some of this stuff is it's like, I'm glad it's coming to a close, because some of this stuff is just ridiculous. So when they showed us the toucans with the string, it was a much deeper meaning. Yeah, because you transferring sound between 2 points. That's what telepathy is. You transfer light between 2 points. So if this is point A and you're point B, that's telepathy. I'll give you an example. This cell phone we on right now is synthetic telepathy. You have a group chat with the universe. You can filter out what you don't want, in your life. Our towers, you know how this signal is going towards a tower close to your house and bouncing the signal back to your phone, right? These used to be our towers. Pyramids. They're on ley lines, high electromagnetic areas, right? What do your towers run off of? Electromagnetic waves, right? What do they have at the top? Bin stones, which are antennas. Antennas, right? So I'll explain like this. If I wanted to talk to you and we didn't have cell phones, besides telepathy, if a pyramid is in your area, and there's over 3,000 in America, by the way, or more. Let's say this was in your area, I need to contact you. I would find a pyramid close to my area. All right. Boom. The pyramid radiates at a certain frequency, right? That's like the area code. Okay. Bing. Your body vibrates at a certain frequency. That's your cell phone number. So you got the area code. Your body is the cell phone number, the actual number. Now I need to find their area code. What pyramid is in their area code, which is a wavelength, right? I need to find a wavelength close to them. All right, I'm gonna contact you in Georgia. Bet there's a big pyramid right there. Bet my homie used this last week. Bet. Hey fam, what you up to, brother? Shit, not much, fam. What you up to? Shit, chilling. And you send that electrical signal to the top of the bin stone, which was made out of copper or gold. Gold is conducive to electrical currents. Aren't your thoughts electrical? Because thoughts are electricity. Or copper, because copper absorbs ether. Anyway. I'm just saying, we got a lot of beautiful stuff here. And we really do. It's beautiful. And I communicate with my spouse telepathically. The longer you've been with a person and the more experiences you have with a person, the string between you and that person becomes thicker. So if you've been with somebody for 10, 20, 30 years, you have a pretty thick string with that person. It's like a tether with that person. Same thing with your children. When you go through traumatic experiences or just experiences, that string gets thicker and thicker. I keep giving other people electric shocks lately because your body is more electric. You're moving like your body is more electricity because your feet are magnetism. Your upper body and stuff is electricity. So you're an electromagnetic being. Your soul, what they call SOL, is literally like a conductor for the bottom of your feet. We're head. I know people say we're head down by gravity, but it's really electromagnetism holding us down. Gravity's still a theory. I'm just saying, you know. Anyway, you read into whatever works. Dimensional beings are walking among us. They've been here. There's been beings that have been here forever. It's just we are tuning into the wavelength that's already there. So all these different beings you see we call aliens are beings that vibrate and have different frequencies on different levels. Like some beings will be like this, some beings will move a little slower, some will be like super fast. But the thing that changes is your observation. This is your actual eye on the cool. These only observe 0.035 around you. This observes everything around you at all times. You barely see 1% out of your eyes. There's so much stuff around us that we don't even see. So I'll give you an example. You ever see those orbs that come behind your eyes? Your peripheral vision is like your spiritual vision. That's your actual vision. Because right over here is like your actual vision, like right on this side. So that's why whenever you see those shadows or stuff, they're always on the side over here. But then when you look at them, you can't see them. Right? I'll show you something. And you could do this at home. Watch this. So, take your hand, just put it in front of you. Squint your eyes, right? Just squint your eyes. Look a half inch above your finger. Right here. Look a half inch above your finger. Okay? Now, if you relax your eyes enough, you should start seeing little lights coming from my fingers, right? You should see little lights or like a aura or a color, right? So when I know this is gonna seem silly for some people, but half inch above your finger, right about like a half inch, look right there, move your hand slow, and you should see color or light coming from your hand, right? Watch this. I want y'all to look a half inch above my hand and tell me what color you see in the comments, right? And I'm gonna show you the difference, all right? I'm gonna just slide it down, tell me what color you see, and just go slow. Now, you're like, oh, you're in light. I'm gonna get a background. So I'm gonna do this paper, and I'm gonna do it again too. I'm gonna have this as a background. Oh, okay, cool. I'm gonna have this as a background, and I'm gonna put this above so there's not much light. Tell me, you see the shadow coming from my hand, right? You should see it right here too. Squint your eyes. Look a half inch above your hand. I'm gonna move my hand a little bit. I know this is gonna look like this is silly, but I'm teaching you how to see aura if you don't do it already. Anything that has a natural electrical current, you can do this with plants, animals, children. You look a half inch above what it is. So plants, look at your plant, look a half inch above, look at your own hand, you can see your own aura. Your cats, your dogs, your pets, you look a half inch above and you focus slowly, and you'll start to see a color around them. That's how you learn how to see aura. You know how people say, man, there's something about that person. Some of y'all feel it, right? These are your clear abilities. You have 8 of these inside of you, but some people have more, are attuned to other ones better than the other ones. You get what I'm saying? Some people feel it when they're around somebody. Man, there's something about that person. Something off about that person, because that's your clear empathy working out. Some of you smell it. You like something about like you be smelling smells, but they clean. You like, you smell the clear smelling, clear touch, clear sight, clairvoyance, and then you also have clear cognizance. You ever had the answer to something and didn't know where it came from? That's clear cognizance. You tap into the ether, like Google. Man, come on. They stole it from me. Yeah, they messed up the whole timeline. Ancient Kemet had the real time through the cosmos. You're supposed to read the world by astronomy. That's how you're supposed to read through astronomy. My higher selves are sick as fuck with me. I'm pretty sure. I know I'm gonna get jumped in the astrals when I get back. Hey nephew, what's up, fam? Hey, remember that time? Shit. No. How do I get? No higher self. My bad. Look, I was trying to listen, but look what happened. Yeah. As soon as you get to the astral, we love you, fam. We just want to talk to you real quick. We're gonna have an intervention. Real quick. That's how it is here in Orlando right now. Is lightning with no sound. Facts. I've seen that here. It's basically fall here in the DMV. Has been like that 2 or 3 weeks. Facts. What happens when the pineal gland is decalcified? So basically, you know how you try to tell people about certain stuff, and they're like, I don't believe that. That's because this closed. It could be an alien right next to you. If this is closed, they ain't gonna see it. The alien be right in front of them. They be like, ain't no alien here. What do you mean? Because this is closed. When this is closed, you can't project properly. You can't see what's really out there properly. Spent a lot of time sun gazing and meditating today. I saw the second sun. Yup. Black Mirror type shit. Facts. Damn, my pyramid got the wrong number. For real. There's more in this corporation because they are finding them in every single state. Corpse or ration. Corp-O-Ration. Corpse-I-Ration. I'm just throwing that out there. Corpse-O-Rations. Corpse or rations. That's crazy, right? Corpse or rations? Corporation? I don't know. I just thought that was strange. Oh my God, me and my ex used to have the same dreams. You can have the same dreams with your people too. Like, let's say you sleep with your partner a lot. You can have the same dream with your partner. You know how women say, I saw you in a dream with that bitch, and bust them out of their sleep because they went inside their dream. I saw you with that hoe. Huh? Dude waking up crazy. What you mean? I was asleep. Because it's that shit for real. Do you cleanse your feet for that reason? You do. You can put your feet in apple cider vinegar. So it's also good for corns, bunions, and ashy feet too. You get your little foot soap or little copper tub. You can put lemongrass, apple cider vinegar, Epsom salt or regular salt, and get some warm water or hot water, whatever you can handle. Let it sit and steep. You could put Blue Lotus or what you want inside, and let your feet sit in the water for like 20 minutes, 15-20 minutes. That's why your grandma would put her feet in them silver trough, those little small troughs. That's why they would sit their feet in to soak their feet. But it also you can cleanse a lot of your nerve endings on your feet, because all your nerves are on the bottom of your feet. So it's just like when you go to sleep and you sick, you can take an onion, cut it in a circle, put it underneath where your foot is, and then put a sock over it and go to sleep. It'll drain all the toxins out of your body because all your nerves are connected through your feet. You can do the same thing with your feet. Soak them. Soak your feet. That's why I try to soak my feet at least once a month. Once or twice a month, that's cool. Apple cider vinegar is good for getting rid of corns and bunions too. If you know somebody with some tails from the Crip feet, tell them to put their feet in apple cider vinegar for 15-20 minutes with some water and some simple some simple herbs. You'll be alright. So you won't be scratching and giving blood loss to people you cuddle with. Can you explain about the light codes? Okay, so light codes is basically you have the codes inside of you already, right? But when you go into the sun shoots rays of light into your pineal gland. Your pineal gland holds that light until you go to sleep. When you go to sleep, the melanin inside of your body activates and you pull out the code from your DNA. It's already inside of you. All the answers, all of everything isn't. That's why they call you a universe, because everything's inside of you already. When you get a download, it's really an upload because you already have it in you. You get the sunlight, right? So when you do this, for instance, you centralize the sunlight to your pineal gland. That's what the true meaning of the symbol is. It's not no Illuminati stuff or none of that. It's a mudra to connect the sun to centralize light onto your pineal gland. When you centralize light right here and you go to sleep, the melanin activates, your DNA, your helix starts to move. And in the middle of the helix, you know how you see the helix in the middle? That light basically extracts information and sends it to your pineal gland. Because it already exists in you. It's just like sending it up. If that makes it's like an upload for yourself. So the more you're in the sun, the easier it is for that to activate. That's why people tell you go outside, get in the sun. And the same thing when you ground your feet, you clear static electrical currents throughout your whole chakra structure or your energy meridian structure to make it an easier process. When you ground, you remove negative ions and static electricity from your chakras are just energy centers. So you clear those static and negative ions out to make the process easier. Make it smooth sailing. I see them orbs all the time and them shadows be scary. Yep, I can never catch them directly, only from the side. Facts. White turned to a dark orange, red, I see purple. You see how all these people, earlier I asked you to look at your hand a ½ inch above your finger, and you see all the people saying they see different colors. That's what I mean about people be on different light spectrums. Like rainbow people, the indigo and all that. Y'all switch wavelengths all the time. So the color of my hand earlier could change based off what I'm telling you, how I'm feeling in the emotion. They used to have a group of people called the Subtapana, and they're really best based off what I'm telling you, how I'm feeling in the emotion. They used to have a group of people called the Subtapana, and they're really best off the Senegali people on the cool. Because just like Avatar is based off the Senegalese, I think the Senegalese, basically they still have people that are blue. They have tribes out there that are blue people. To this day, they blue, like the Avatar blue. But some beings would change colors. Some of y'all used to be red, green, orange, like the rainbow, and would change based off your mood. And you had more copper in your body back then too, and hydrogen too, so you would change colors. Y'all think the rainbow just come from nothing? It's the spectrum of light waves, and it's also the spectrum of colors you used to be. Done it in the sun, it goes to infinity. Yep, I have all it is treacherous. The computers mimic us. The reality we living in is a mimic of what you do naturally. But it's not that you can't be here, it's just like you choosing what you want to do. Yes, I have tomorrow. It's trippy because how do you explain how you know something? That's clear cognizance. Is that our real sky? The whole sky is a hologram. The sky is a hologram. Y'all should know this by now. All those trails they spray, don't they look like a grid? Let me give y'all a movie. Go to YouTube, type in Chicken Little alien scene where the sky opens up like hexagons. Hexagons produce images. Hexagons produce energy. So you know how a beehive look? What's in the... Y'all seen King Kong when he threw the pike at the dome area? What was at the top of the dome? Wasn't it hexagon like? Y'all seen Mr. Manhattan from The Watchmen when he went inside the machine? What was the thing shooting electricity from? Hexagons. They tell you in movies all the fucking time. I'm telling y'all. It'll get to a point where you recognize all this is just projections. All this is just like, oh, okay, well, no. Oh, okay. It's projections. This is a quantum energy hologram. That's what this is. And it's just you recognizing what this is. Come outside, we not gonna jump you. That's funny. That's what this is. And it's just you recognizing what this is. Come outside, we not gonna jump you. That's funny. I'm just catching up to my comments if y'all wondering. No, for real. That's how I know I was cheated on. That's why women intuition off the charts. I do know a dragon in his vessel. He is a shapeshifter. Some people... there's a lot of beings out there who take different shapes because they experience the human form too. Y'all think y'all the only ones experiencing what it's like to be human? That's funny. Oh yeah. What's good for bunions? Apple cider vinegar. Just sit your feet in apple cider vinegar. That's good for a lot of stuff. Apple cider vinegar and real baking soda is probably two of the best things you can have at the house. I keep baking soda. I'm waiting on my apple cider vinegar to get here. Those two things will keep you right. Especially if you got the mother in the apple cider vinegar, you'll be alright. It's good for your stomach too. If you take a shot in the rising time, or morning, whatever you want to call it, with lemon juice and cayenne and turmeric, you'll hardly ever get sick. On the cool, throw some honey in it. Vinegar soaked socks. Yep. Type shit. No gang signs. They're mudras. Exactly. Will vitamin D3 help? Yeah. You can get D3. You can go to the sun. You know, some people don't like the sun, but you can just go outside. But if you can't get some D K2 D it's K2 D12 D3 and something else. I make fresh pine sol. It's easy. Get it straight from the sun, much better. So you have WhatsApp, I do. I'm Lyrian. Yep. There's a lot, like I said, there's a lot of beings who are from different places. Like you're from different places around the cosmos, and you're experiencing human right now, and you're remembering where you come from. That's why some of the dreams you have are basically renditions of you that you experience. That's you. You just going into another version of it. It's like, you know how you play a video game and you go to the side stories? Sometimes you go into side stories or main stories of yourself. I can see red and green in my skin when the sun hits. Yeah. I'll give you an example. I ain't trying to be rude. Some white folks, when y'all get old, you notice how their veins be blue, but then as soon as the oxygen hits their blood, it turn red. Sometimes some people's skin be green, and when they hit the, you know what I'm saying? I'm just, look. You'll see their veins be green, and when that oxygen hit, is red. Look, I know there's a bunch of wonderful medical people out there, and they know way more than me, but I'm pretty sure phlebotomists can tell you, if they've ever had to extract blood from something, how people's veins really be looking. Would the mood tell you your vibration by changing colors? Yep. Because colors have frequencies too. So depending on the vibration of the color, because all colors have frequencies too. Each color has a frequency, a vibration too. So our meteors just pixels falling. Let me show you something. So you have this thing inside of your heart called a Merkaba, right? Your Merkaba is your space Uber. That's your space Uber. Okay? So some of those beings, they don't want to send the full version of themselves down because this is a dense place, right? So what would I send in order to come and view something without having to send my whole body? I could just send, you know, a little piece of myself. Here's what do you mean? You know those little stars that go by at night sometimes? What if that's just a piece of something looking? Just like, what's that? I'm just throwing that out there. I'm just saying, look. I was just throwing that out there. Let me see. Broke my heart when I saw the second sun trying to cover the original sun. It's okay. Just focus on what matters in your reality. All that other shit is just extra, bro, for real. Got drawn to a quartz cluster the other day in the basement of my grandma's church. It spoke to me. When you see crystals, real quick, crystals emit electrical pulses. So you know how you go to a crystal store and you put your hand over it, or you go around a certain crystal? It's emitting a certain, like you see this spiral formation, it's emitting a certain type of wavelength around it. And if your biofield matches, or your frequency matches, it'll send a signal. Like, you ever had, I'll give you an example. How many of y'all have ever had this feeling? Like something brushing against you, ain't nothing there, or something like this brushing against you. You feeling frequencies. You feeling the wavelengths that's around you. When you feel stuff like this and ain't nobody there, that's you tuning into frequencies. So sometimes when you feel stuff like this or something like this on your skin, and also your biofield. Your biofield is like your sonar. So if something is a threat to you, right, you still have that built in your body. Like something's off, your hair starts sticking up on your body. You start getting a stomach ache around certain people, or your head hurt. That's your body radar letting you know, hey, something about this energy that's fucking me up. I need to kind of stay away, or push it away, or get away, or transmute, or move away. Excuse me. I'm over here on my bee farm. Shout out to the bee farmers, man. We love y'all. We need y'all for real. We need y'all. Bees are so important, man. Shout out to you. The regular ACV, If you get apple cider vinegar, get it with, it's called the mother. At the bottom is usually like the actual where the apple cider is really at is the mother. It's always at the bottom. Bragg, I wouldn't get. If you see BRAGG, I wouldn't get that brand. I'm just gonna be honest with you. That's Mr. Gates and Katy Perry's. They bought it out like 5-7 years ago. They bought it out, so I wouldn't get that brand. But there's other brands that are good, way better. Are you putting this on YouTube? I don't, we probably might do that. Makes so much sense. Where is the hologram being projected from? The honeycomb. You should watch the scene. Type it. Go to YouTube. Type in Mr. Manhattan Watchmen scene. Watchmen Mr. Manhattan scene. When he walks into the chamber, like the chamber closes and you see the hexagons all on the wall and they're shooting out electrical currents. Where can a projection come from? Electricity, right? I'm just throwing it out there. I remember myself of how the Galactic War started. Some of you are starting to remember old stuff about. Some of y'all been around for a hot minute and you remembering some of that stuff about yourself. It's beautiful. What planet do you feel you would be from? Shit, I don't know. Honestly, here. I've been here for a hot fucking minute. Well, I'm from the cosmos, man. We've been everywhere. So is sun gazing looking at the sun? Because they claim we're not supposed to. Sun gazing is when you look at the sun at sunrise and sunset. You have about a 45-minute window. It's usually 45 minutes to an hour max. So at sunrise, whatever that is for you, that's the optimal time where you can look at the sun and your eyes won't strain, it won't hurt. And sunset too. And you may notice around those times, all of a sudden there's clouds in your areas sometimes at sunrise and sunset. When you sun gaze, it's like charging up your soul. I know that's gonna sound crazy, but when you ground yourself and you sun gaze, you'll notice your appetite will change. If you do it for 2 years, you could become a breatharian where you don't need to eat. It's actually really good for your eyesight too. If you sun gaze at sunrise and sunset for 2 years, you may not need glasses anymore either. But that's just, just throwing that out there. But it's supposed to be at sunrise and sunset. You're not supposed to look at the sun when it's at its highest point in the day. Like in the middle of the afternoon, you're not supposed to take the sun with your eyes. You're supposed to take the sun with your eye at the highest point of the day. So sunrise, sunset, you can look at the sun. At the middle point of the day, you look at the sun with this. So you can charge up. So the melanin and the melanin when you go to sleep activates. Any thoughts on blood types? Blood types is like some beings who may have put their genetic code inside of you. So some beings may have, there's hybrids here. There's been hybrids here for a minute. There's some beings who come from direct bloodlines. That's why they started Ancestry, because they were trying to find bloodlines of people who were still kings and queens and pharaohs and old bloodlines and stuff. Jesus still has a bloodline out there. The Mr. Mustache dude from the World War, he has a bloodline out there. He survived and he went to Argentina. There was a submarine that left the beaches of Normandy a week. I think it was like a week or two before they even got to the beaches. The skull they got in the museum is a female skull of somebody else who had a similar structure to him. But there's pictures of Mr. Mustache dude from the World War in Argentina, and he had children and everything. How many other beings do you see throughout history? They got bloodlines that go back to pharaohs and stuff. That's why Ancestry 23andMe is to find certain bloodlines. That's what that was for. Because some of y'all got some kind of light codes or transcriptions or something inside of your blood. some of y'all might be descendants of Tartarians, and there's something about your blood that's special. That's why they made so many mental health hospitals in the Tartarian ages. Towards the end, is to weed out some of the Tartarian peoples. How come you don't see as many mental health hospitals anymore? It's almost like they used them for a period of time to isolate people who saw some things. Anyway, like the green spot on a baby's back. Oh yeah, whenever a baby has green spots on their back, put them in the sun. That's a great sign. They have more chlorophyll in their skin. So you know how they have green spot? You should put them in the sun more. They have more chlorophyll in their body. That's a great sign. Let's see. Similar to when you put your hand on a tree and then pull back a few inches. The tree is sentient. They don't want... trees are sentient. The middle body part of trees is like the eyes for us. The leaves are like ears. If you look at my pin video, you can see I asked my tree, if you can hear me, move your branch towards my shoulder. My tree moved my branch towards my shoulder. It's pinned at the top of my page. You can see it. Some people's like, it was the wind. I had my hand flat like this. I didn't move it. I didn't have no strings attached. None of that bullshit. I just sat there and say, if you can hear me, tree, move your branch. And tree just went, boop. You can see it live and pinned in my homepage, pinned at the top, all the way to the right. These trees have been here for a long time. They're here to help us. That's why it transmutes energy. So that's why you put your feet in the grass. You can just put, if you don't want to hug a tree, the more contact you have with the ground and trees, the easier it is to ground you. If you lay down in the grass, you can ground your whole body. If you hug a tree, you can ground your whole body. But if you don't want to look crazy in front of people, you just put your hand on it. 2 to 3 feet around the tree. It starts transmuting negative ions out of your body. But the more contact you have, the easier it is to transmute that energy off you. So we're not even supposed to be sleeping on beds, to be honest with you. We're supposed to be sleeping on the ground. Because when you ground your whole body, think about all the electricity that runs through your body. And you grounding yourself while you sleep. You ever been camping and you had to sleep on the ground? You'll notice some of your ailments will be a little different too. Does it feel like a spider web? Yes. Everything is connected like a spider web. Spiders are like weavers in the universe. Listen, this has been happening strong the past couple months. Yeah, we're about to see some new shit. So some people are just moving to different wavelengths. Everything is already happening. It's just you moving to different waves so you can see new stuff. Some of y'all moving to see new stuff. Some people are moving to see other stuff. I came out of a meditation, a white flash, and saw a Merkaba symbol. That's probably your Merkaba. Your Merkaba or Merkaba, as they call, is your space Uber that sit inside your heart. Yeah, the Note movie. What's up, God? Hey, Granny C. Maybe a superpower telescope for the sun. Is it freezing? Oh, they usually do that. I'm not tripping on it, though. Cancel that bullshit. Honeycomb represents the first order of witches. That's the origin story. Honeycomb represents a lot, but it's a sacred geometry shape to generate energy. Please put it on YouTube. Sure. Is there countries beyond the ice wall? I'm gonna just say it's more. The moon is a reflection of what the earth is. If you look at the moon's reflection, it's a map of the earth. And if you look at it, we're only in the circle part, but there's more to the moon. That's all I'm gonna say. Sunset is when I saw the sun not lining up. It's alright. I used to look at it at all hours and still try. It was never so blinding. You're supposed to do it at sunrise and sunset. How you feel like blue light therapy? If you do red or blue light therapy, I mean, to be honest, the sun is pretty much therapy for it's therapeutic for some beings. For some beings, it may not be as therapeutic. What's best for opening third eye? Harataki, blue lotus, apple cider vinegar. That's really good. You can just take a spoonful of apple cider vinegar a day, teaspoon. Is melanin just carbon of life or no? Because I get those. Melanin is super important because it's absorbent to electrical currents. That's why melanin is so important. Because it's absorbent, and the more you have, the easier it is to absorb electricity. That's why I'm gonna leave it at that. Y'all can do what y'all will with it. Hey, the more you have, the easier it is to absorb electrical currents. Hey, everybody does have melanin though, but hey, you know, y'all can do what they. I was like, people gonna have debates and do what they do. I say, y'all do y'all. Electricity is in your body. You have melanin to absorb electricity. A lot of melanin is stolen every year to make weapons and stuff. So it gotta be for some kind of reason if they make melanin weapons. I'm just saying. I tried it as well. It does work. Yes, trees have a whole community connection. It's called the mycelium network. It's the same one that mushrooms have. It's like an internet for themselves. The trees are the original Google. They're the OG Google of Earth anyway. They're the OG Google. Are the grounding mats legit? If it works for you, use it. I tell people all the time, use it. If it don't work, don't use it. Try the shit out. Try it out. The crown video had me geeked up. Yep. During pregnancy, sleeping on the floor was so comfortable for me because you were grounding your body. Anyone else feel like they upgraded the last week? You switch wavelengths. You know how we say, I raised my vibration. Your wavelength is at a higher level for yourself. You're at a higher level of awareness. So this is your radio tuner. Imagine like you was at 3 and then you like, and you just tuned yourself up. Some people are in that process right now and you're moving wavelengths right now. So some stuff might feel like you in water right now. That's a good sign. Like you're relieving stress, like you ain't worried about nothing. You just like, you know what? Everything is what it is. I'm a flow and be in the now. And then you'll notice stuff will start flowing smooth. That's how you know you in your wave, when everything just, it feel like you in water. And you don't have as much stress on you. You're just like, yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's alright. For the first time, blind color caterpillar, you're gonna see a lot of new shit. Apple cider vinegar teaspoon daily. That's all. Yep. I try to avoid LED lights. Yep. And if you shop at Walmart, you need to be careful. They're gonna put these. I think they're called. It start with it's a type of light, Clavian or Clavian. It's a type of light that messes with your amygdala, and it basically puts your body in fight or flight response. And they're gonna start putting them in Walmart buildings. So when you go to Walmart and you feel like you racing and you want to shop faster, it's those lights. They start with a K or a C. I don't know. I can't think of the name. But if you shopping at Walmart, you might want to be careful. For real. We've all been every race over many times. Trees are knowledge. Yup, get linen sheets. Facts. Some spiritual gifts that I've developed have certain people trying to hide themselves. Facts. Thank you. I opened my third eye and then had my guides close it because of the octopus looking around people. So when you ask for your gifts to be open, you gotta be careful, because if some people will turn their gifts off, like when you were a child or something, you say, I don't want to see this anymore, and you turned it off. And some of you are naturally turning them back on, or you're asking the universe to re-aware myself so I can see it again. So some stuff you see and you like, this shit was around me the whole fucking time. Oh yeah. Y'all gonna be so some of y'all gonna think you tripping. Some of y'all gonna think y'all tripping. I don't go to Walmart. If I need, I pick it. Yeah, facts. What brand? Apple. Oh, apple cider vinegar. There's a bunch out there. Honestly, they got. You should look for a holistic store in your area. There's so many around every state. I don't recommend Bragg. Any other brand besides Bragg, you should be all right. Because this half of them don't even have the mother anymore in it. So Walmart is another realm. I don't want to go there. The real reason why bees can levitate through the air is because of their sound frequencies. That's facts. It's the honeycomb. It's the honeycomb with the honeycomb is actually like this, and it's like a subwoofer. You know how a subwoofer looks? That's basically how some of the honeycombs work. And they levitate over stuff. They don't even fly. It's a bunch of cool stuff out there. They can transfer data through light. Look up Li-Fi. I already know. I've been telling people about stuff for the Internet of Bodies, cryptocurrency for your body activity data. I've been telling people about this for years. Y'all should look up Sabrina Wallace if y'all really want to learn more about that type of stuff. She put you on some sauce. For real. Yeah, most Walmarts are changing their lights. Oh, dude, I was, for a few days, my guide said I can literally remove those attachments off people. You can. Life is beautiful without the low vibes. All I'm going to say is, life is beautiful, whatever you make out of it. Honey is so expensive. The real honey is. Unless you know somebody with a bee farm. They charge a lot, but if you can go directly to the farm, you'll do better. Or a bee farm. Butterflies have hanging around black and blue, brown and orange. I've been seeing a lot of butterflies too fly around. This guy's been giving information for years. At this point, I'm not telling y'all nothing new. Heaven is a state of mind. That's facts. That's why I say heaven is wherever you stand. And you don't have to wait to die to go to heaven. That's stupid. If that was the case, well, all them rich people ain't dead yet because they enjoying heaven on earth. So why can't you? So heaven is a state of mind. So is hell. So I'm gonna be in heaven where I'm at. Wherever I stand is heaven. Shit. Butterflies are literally evolved fairies. I wouldn't doubt it. Wouldn't doubt it. There's a lot of interesting stuff out there for crown and root chakras. Facts. That's the up and down, as above, so below. Anyway, I'm getting a little tired. I didn't even go sit here and hold you. When you talk to people on live, you do use a lot of energy, so I'm gonna reclaim my energy back. Transmute all other energy, send it back to the owners. But yeah, all my energy taken. Give me that. Cause y'all gonna have to pay me, nigga. No. Y'all gonna have to pay me. I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna need that. Excuse me. I'm gonna need that. I'm sending positive vibes. Don't leave. That's $7.99. That's $9.99. You want me to stay? That's $9.99. I'm gonna need $9.99 energy currency right now. Right now, I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna need that. The universe was like, I'm gonna need that fee, baby. I heard the monarch butterfly will be on the extinct list. We need to save them. I like that. I'm gonna do that. Reclaim your energy all the time. Reclaim your shit back. People just be giving out shit. I need my shit back. Like, y'all thought it was free? I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna need some interest. Like, here we go. Yeah. Thanks. Shit, type shit. Y'all can go to my YouTube. I got other lives I've done on my YouTube. VIA Energy Healing. I got some more lives over there. And then I got a bunch of content. I got playlists up here. Y'all could look at all that stuff. You're the best. Thank you for all that you are and all you do. Thank you, PST Dreams. You're the best. Yeah. We love you. Yeah. I've been seeing a lot of butterflies in my yard. That's a good sign. Fuck yeah. You're like a peaceful person, dude. They love you. Fuck yeah. Oh, man. Finna sit my ass the fuck down. Pamela, whoa. It's good to see you. Dude, like, hey, totally love you. You're getting silky. I know you're tired. You know, goddess, how'd you know? Like, totally want to go, like, hit a bowl of cereal. A bowl of cereal. Yeah, I'm finna go garden. I got some trees outside I gotta talk to. Yeah. Be one with nature, bro. That's all you gotta do, you know what I'm saying? One with nature. That's how I used to get my jobs. I would love to tell you. I'll call on the phone. Hello. Yes. I think I'm very qualified for the position. Indubitably, if you decide to proceed with my application, I will be a forerunner in your company to show that I'm willing to be with you. That's how I got my jobs. And then I show up. They was like, nah, bitch, it's too late now. They were like, no. That's how you get your jobs. They saw me and was like, shit. It's like, yeah, bitch, I'm here now. We call that code switching. For my dark skin folk, we call that code switching. Hello, it's a pleasure to have you. We welcome you to the illustrious building of which we love being here at work. We love this. Come on down. Come on. Follow the regulations and rules so that we, as a family, can exceed and make this a great place. Then you get off work. Fuck this hoe ass motherfucker. Bitch ass hoe stanky booty. Man, next time I'm gonna tell Bill, old bitch ass. Next time you. soon as you get off. I wish that motherfucker would, man. He lucky I need this job. I would have slapped him by 4 times already. Oh, booty at it. Indubitably. That's how I got my jobs, for real. Once you get on that, I was so good at interviews. I went to an interview one time with sweatpants on. I wasn't even tripping. And I still got the job. She's like, you just came in with sweatpants? I was feeling comfortable today, madam. And I just wanted to express how my personality would be at work. Not only can I be professional while being relaxed, I can also take care of business. She was like, you know what? I love your attitude. Got the job with sweats on, bro. That's how I knew I was cold with it, boy. I was like, ooh, with sweats. Ooh, from that day on, I was like, it don't matter what interview I go in, bro. I'm gonna come in with a robe. Like, hello, yes. I'm here for the position. Why you come in here in a robe? Just to show you. This is my job. It was meant for me. That shit was funny. I still laugh about that to this day. Anyway, let me hop off. I'm gonna be talking my ear off. I gotta go to work tomorrow. Oh, I gotta go have some fun tomorrow and enjoy some people. But yeah, whatever gonna happen in life, fuck it. It's to that point. Type shit. For real. Just live life at this point. Fuck all that other. Excuse me. Whew. I had some rice earlier. That shit was hitting. Anyway, I hope y'all have a wonderful evening. If y'all... Hey, I'm just being me. Hey, it is what it is. But look, y'all can go to my YouTube, VIA Energy Healing. I have a Telegram. The Telegram has free ebooks, 800 free ebooks, 1,000 frequencies for free, and 20, I think like 28 or 29,000 videos and photos. The Telegram, man, I can just show you. I'll show you this real quick, because people ask, how do you get to the Telegram? So let me show you real quick. Whoop. All right, let's go here. Okay, bigbootygoddesses.com. I'm just fucking with you, but no, you go to. I'm just playing. You go to my YouTube, VIA Energy Healing, right here. When you go to right here, you click on more. When you go to more, you go right here, and then they'll have all my other links for other stuff. So that's the Telegram. So you click on Telegram right there. When you go to Telegram, you open it up, and then you'll get to this group right here. You'll see Soft Facts After Dark right there. That's the Telegram group. That's a med bed, by the way. That's a med bed. So you go right there, and then also, so let's say you're in the group. Hold on, you're in the group. When you're inside the group, you scroll up. You click on the profile pic. Oh, excuse me. Make sure you got no big booty, nothing up. Okay. Yeah. So you go right here. You click on the profile photo, and then when you go down here, you'll slide up. Okay, and then you'll click on media, and you'll slide up. See right there, 29,488 photos, 27,729 videos. That'll keep you busy for a while. And we also got 886 ebooks for free, ranging from a bunch of 886. So you just slide over. So you just slide over this way. We got 43,328 links, and then 1,187 frequencies. When I tell people I've been doing this for a long time, I've been doing this for a while, but this is free. All this is free. Y'all can get it for free. So shout out to my community and all the people who contributed. But yeah, you can just go to the group. We got all kinds of stuff for free. Soft Facts After Dark. You'll see that picture. And you can go to, like I said, you go to YouTube. I'm gonna switch that real quick. I'm tired though. Goated. It's tiring. But VIA Energy Healing. When you go to VIA Energy Healing, you click on View Channel. When you go to View Channel, just click right here where it says More or Links, where it shows the links, and that's all the links right there. So you can click right there where it says Links, or you can click More, and you can get all that. And the Telegram group. So this is the YouTube. When you get to the YouTube page, right here, click on the links, and it'll be this one right here, Telegram. Right there. I got Pinterest too. But anyway, I'm tired. I'm finna go relax, go outside, talk to my tree, and participate with Tree. Give him a hug. Give her a hug. And I hope y'all have a wonderful evening tonight. And glad y'all got the group and all the information. So, yup. Hey, Tony. Great to see you. But yeah, go to that group and you can get a bunch of information over there. It's free. So, you are the greatest, goddess. We love you. And we are so Nurse Goo. You go to the YouTube VIA Energy Healing, click on the links, and the links will lead you to the Telegram group. The Telegram group got all that stuff. It's free, so you don't have to pay nothing. But anyway, I'm heading off. I gotta go beat my meat and go to sleep. I hope you have a good